And so we realized really early on, my gosh, we're gonna have to take the packaging and the logistics of this company very seriously, because we were losing money on the damages, right? Because we really had no protection with our cabinets when we were shipping the first 3 or 4 years. My name is Michael Sloan, and I am the co-founder and CEO of John Michael Studio. We founded John Michael Studio on the premise of manufacturing some of the nicest cabinetry in the world, right here from rural South Carolina. So we started the business in 2016, so we're pretty new. And over the years, we have now transitioned from an all outdoor kitchen company to now kind of an all home cabinet company. So now we're building full indoor kitchens, full outdoor kitchens, closet systems, pantries, vanities, kind of anything to suit the home as far as cabinetry goes. You know, building everything in-house has really proved a lot of really good dividends for us over the years. Early on, right, rewind back to 2016, we got our first big order from California. We were all so excited, right? The shop was excited. Then we finished this thing and we're kind of looking around going, now we got to ship it. Like, oh my gosh, like, what are we going to do? So like we slapped together some pallets and I called a guy who like had some background in boxes. And I just said, hey dude, I need to figure out how to box this thing. And what we were left with after that day is what we actually had implemented for the next like 3 years after that. And that was basically like putting one of our cabinet carcasses on a pallet, strapping that to the pallet, putting a box over, and then strapping that. So basically what we were left with was like a dust cover, right? Which looked really nice. I mean, when it was done, like a beautiful box with our logo, but at the end of the day, the inside of the box was all air, right? So we were having gaps 4 inches, maybe sometimes 6 or 8 inches on the side. And when we sell a kitchen to, say, California, right? We're traveling roughly 2,300 miles. That job is stopping anywhere between 2 and 4 stops, and generally in the middle of the night, right? So we're dealing with people on forklifts that don't really know what's in it. They don't really care what's in it. And so we realized really early on, my gosh, we're gonna have to take the packaging and the logistics of this company very seriously, because we were losing money on the damages, right? Because we really had no protection with our cabinets when we were shipping the first 3 or 4 years. I mean, obviously where Morrisette comes in, right, is our product goes all over the world, mostly domestically, but we do have tons of work in Europe, South America. So logistics became a big part of our business as well, right? Because we're taking so much time to fabricate these custom products. Now we have to get them 3,000 or 4,000 miles away. So, and that's where Morrisette really came in to help us out quite a bit.
I came in, knocked on the door, met Michael. He was gracious enough to let me in, and we started having a conversation about their packaging. He expressed that they did have some damage concerns.
So Gray brought the Morrisette design team we had several, probably 3 or 4 or 5 design sessions where we would look at the cabinet, we'd look at our current, boxing and packaging, and kind of I would highlight, here's what's going well and here's what's not.
So we came in and we added some custom corners to the packaging. They have a variety of different sizes that they utilize. So we had to be very customized, but also flexible, so we can use different packaging and the same packaging components across all the different lines. We're working with large palletized cabinets, and so we're having to create pieces of corrugated and honeycomb that can withstand impact from forklifts bumping into each other, in LTL stations where they're cross-docking. Different things can happen. So we had to create a certain height honeycomb to kind of create this floating aspect, but also keeping it strapped down and compact. So it's been a fun and unique project to work on.
The factor in reducing damage was basically we had cushioning. Something would hit the box and that box would push into a piece of cushioning, and then the cushioning would compress and prevent the forklift or whatever from actually contacting the cabinet. We're using, in some locations, we're using honeycomb, and it gives us an air gap. We're able to get, in this case, a 2-inch air gap for a fairly low cost. Other areas, we're using this laminated material here, so we can, as an example, over the top corners, slides it in, and we have 3 sides protected, and we have an air gap and a cushion. Most of the damage, if it's not in the center of the side of a cabinet, it's going to be on the corners, and this protects the corners and the edges.
So we were able to, as a team, between Morrisette and John Michael Studio, look at these different options. And what we're left with the last 4 years, our damage rate has gone down, I mean, significantly.
It's helped them protect their products as they're shipping these not only across the state, but across the country and across the world.
So yes, we're investing a little more on the front side, but the math just checks out far and away, because for us also, selling at the higher end of the market, which is what we sell, right? Our consumers are pretty high level people. They don't have a lot of time for mistakes. And when a mistake arises, it has to be fixed very, very fast. So not only were we getting minimized damage from the new packaging, but our customer experience was also a lot better. Because our jobs were getting there safely, they were getting there intact and ready to install. So I'm very grateful for Morrisette and everything that Gray and his team has done for us to be successful in our logistics department.